On the afternoon of March 19th, 2024, surveillance footage showed 14-year-old Carly Gregg calmly texting on her mother's phone in her family's kitchen, just moments after she fatally shot her mother in her bedroom. It's quite chilling to see her pretend to be her mother to ask her stepfather Heath what time he would get home, because the next part of her plan is to shoot her stepfather as he entered their home. It didn't take long for the police to receive a call for help from Heath Smylie.
What daughter tried to shoot me? Hello? Your daughter tried to shoot you? Yeah. She was shooting at me. Where is she at? She ran away.
As you can see, this is not a whodunit case, but more of a why-done-it. Why did Carly suddenly kill her mother and shoot her stepfather? What made her commit such a horrific crime? Did she plan this in cold blood? Or were there underlying problems that suddenly pushed her to this end? Welcome back to our channel. Today we delve into the chilling case of Carly Gregg, a teenager from Mississippi who was sentenced to life in prison for the murder of her mother and the attempted murder of her stepfather. This case raises complex questions about mental health, family dynamics, and the justice system. Carly Gregg was your typical teenager living in the city of Brandon in Mississippi. By all accounts, she seemed to have been a happy child despite her parents' problematic marriage and the loss of her little sister to an illness. Her parents eventually divorced and Carly lived mostly with her mother Ashley, though she had visitations with her dad from time to time. It wasn't until a few years later, when Carly was 11, that her mother got remarried to Heath Smylie, a physical therapist. According to friends and family, Carly and Heath had a really good relationship. The two enjoyed spending time together playing video games, and Heath adopted 2 dogs that Carly was absolutely mad about. Carly seemed to be quite happy and content in her life. She enjoyed various extracurricular activities like karate and was known to be quite friendly. She was even awarded the Character Trait Student of the Month at Northwest Rankin Middle School. Later, she went on to attend the Northwest Rankin High School where her mother Ashley taught algebra. In high school, Carly seemed to thrive even more. She was on the honor roll, and she was voted for Student of the Year. However, several months before the murder, Carly's friends noticed that she had started to act a bit odd. She was caught cheating, something that was very unlike her because she was very smart and had even skipped a grade. She started sneaking out and staying up after curfew. Carly also seemed quite depressed. Carly's parents also noticed her unusual behavior. While some might say that most teenagers do undergo behavioral changes as they grow older due to many, many factors, Carly's change seemed to have happened suddenly and was a stark contrast to how she acted before. More importantly, they discovered that Carly was also cutting herself. So Heath and Ashley decided to take her to a therapist who, in turn, prescribed her medication. Now, fast forward to March 19th. One of Carly's friends had become so worried about her. The friend knew that Carly was vaping marijuana and was worried about her being high. The friend also worried about Carly possessing burner phones. So, the friend decided that it was time for some intervention. He sent Miss Ashley an email telling her what he knew. It wasn't made clear whether Ashley confronted Carly about these secrets when they got home that day. But she did go and search her daughter's room once they got home while Carly was out walking the dogs. And she found the vape pens that Carly had been hiding. Now, in the footage, we can see Carly entering the kitchen with the dogs. She seemed to be silently checking where her mum was before she went to her parents' bedroom. Ashley kept a gun under her bed, .357 Magnum. When Carly appears in front of the camera again, she can be seen peeking into the kitchen, checking to see if her mother is there. We can also see her holding something behind her back. The prosecutors assumed that she was hiding the gun from being seen on camera. Carly then walks in the opposite direction where her room was. Moments later, screams could be heard from the other room as well as 3 gunshots. It didn't take long for Carly to go back to the kitchen. She looked quite calm. You can even say chillingly calm. She continues to hide the gun behind her before casually sitting down and grabbing her mother's phone. According to the investigation, Carly then used the phone to text her stepfather, "When will you be home, honey?" Later, it is discovered that she also got in touch with several of her friends, asking for help. Carly also asked a friend, BW, to come over, claiming that there was an emergency. To BW's horror, the emergency that Carly was talking about was her dead mother and her plan to shoot her stepfather. BW told the police that Carly had said, "Have you ever seen a dead body?" "My mother is in there," before getting taken to see Ashley's body. She even told her to hide in the backyard so that BW could hear it when she kills her stepfather. As soon as Heath opened the door to the kitchen, Carly shot at him, hitting him in the shoulder. Heath wrangled the gun from Carly, thinking that maybe there had been a burglar and Carly was merely defending herself. After losing the gun, Carly quickly ran away, as seen from the garage camera. Her friend BW soon follows. Heath, on the other hand, discovers his wife's body and calls 911. When the police arrived, they found Heath crying still on the phone and Ashley dead in her daughter's bedroom. It didn't take long for them to find Carly nearby, about half a mile away. She didn't deny her involvement in the incident when asked by the officer. She even asked if her stepfather was okay. Fast forward a few months later, on August 27th, Carly went before the judge and turned down the state's offer of a 40-year plea deal. She and her defense lawyers planned to pursue an insanity defense. A psychiatrist, Dr. Andrew Clark, was called to testify that Carly had been facing a mental health crisis at the time of the shooting. It was possible that she had blacked out through the entire incident. He testified that Carly had been experiencing significant mood swings and eating disorders. She was also having difficulty sleeping. According to her journal, she was hearing voices. The psychiatrist stated that Carly suffers from bipolar disorder. He also claimed that the medications made her condition worse instead of better. She had been taking the anxiety and depression medication Zoloft before getting it switched to Lexapro just the week before. So it wasn't surprising that, facing her mother's disapproval, the mother whom she deeply loved, Carly would encounter a crisis. Moreover, it was revealed at the trial that mental health issues ran in her family. Unfortunately, the state claimed that Carly did not meet the requirements for the criminally insane. In fact, according to Carly's counselor and therapist, Carly never told them that she was experiencing hallucinations or homicidal tendencies. The prosecution argued that Carly was quite aware of the consequences when she shot her mother. She made an effort to hide the gun from the camera and then hide that camera in the refrigerator. She texted her friends asking for help. She even bragged about her mother's dead body to BW. Not only that, she also lured her stepfather home and then ran away when she failed to kill him. This supports their theory that Carly clearly was in control of her actions and knew that what she did was wrong. Some of her journal entries were also used by the state to prove that she was sane, just not a good person. Even her biological father, Kevin Gregg, agreed with the prosecution. He told the media that girl knew right from wrong. That girl is not insane. Surprisingly, Heath has never condemned Carly's actions. In fact, the two still maintained a pretty good relationship, talking to each other every day. At the trial, Heath also came to Carly's defense, stating that she was a sweet little girl who had no recollection of the shooting. "I never seen anybody like that. Even in movies she was not herself, and I do not believe she even recognized me." After a week-long trial, it took the jury only 2 hours to reach a verdict.
Verdicts appear to be in proper form. Verdict of the jury is count 1. We, the jury, find the defendant, Carly Madison Gregg, guilty of first-degree murder as charged in the indictment. Count 2. We, the jury, find the defendant, Carly Madison Gregg, guilty of attempted murder as charged in the indictment. Count 3. We, the jury, find the defendant, Carly Madison Gregg, guilty of tampering with evidence as charged in the indictment.
On September 21st, Carly Gregg was sentenced to life in prison without parole. Carly's case raises significant questions about mental health support for teenagers and how society addresses violent behavior in youth. Could earlier intervention have changed the outcome? Do you believe Carly's mental health played a crucial role in her actions? We want to hear your thoughts on this case. Let us know in the comments below. Thank you for joining us as we explored this tragic case. Remember to like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell for more true crime stories. Until next time, stay curious, stay safe.